Ladies and gentlemen, this is Andrew Storm with Creative Community Solutions. And as you're aware on the press and media end, we do get a chance to talk with some wonderful people doing some wonderful things, whether it's community-based, college and professional sports, arts and entertainment, you name it, we're able to cover it. And we're so excited to have today a couple members of one of our Divine Nine sororities who are teaming up with an area nonprofit for doing some great service work. So before I have them introduce themselves, as a friendly reminder, you can make sure to check out the article on our website, acenortonccs.com, and either click on the menu for articles and coverage or the category for community and nonprofits. You can also visit Creative Community Solutions LLC on Facebook and YouTube for any of our video and audio segments. And if you're on social media, Ace Norton CCS on Twitter, Instagram, and we'll also have this available on LinkedIn and Medium. So as you know, we're talking about a great service project that is coming into fruition for the month of March. And we're actually able to talk with a couple of the members of the partner sorority who are actually playing a part. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pause and have them briefly introduce themselves.
Good evening. My name is Keisha Simmons.
And hello, my name is Angela Jackson.
Well, good evening, Keisha, and good evening, Angela. Thank you for taking time to join us. Now, both of you are members of Sigma Gamma Rho Sorority Incorporated, and one of your colleagues, actually one of your chapter members, did share a little bit of the backstory regarding where the sorority was established. As a reminder, could either of you share with us briefly when the sorority was established, where it was established? Let's just start there.
Okay, I guess I'll go. Well, Sigma Gamma Rho Sorority Incorporated was founded on November 12th, 1922 at Butler University in Indianapolis, Indiana, of course, by 7 wonderful educators.
Awesome, awesome. And so over 100 years later, the sorority still has a significant presence. Now, in regards to your chapter, could either of you share a little bit about the chapter backstory, when the chapter got chartered, and just some of the areas in the Metro Atlanta area where you do some tremendous outreach and tremendous service?
Would you like to take that, Angela?
Sure. So the Iota Zeta Sigma alumni chapter of Sigma Gamma Rho Sorority Incorporated, we were chartered March 24th, 2004 by 12 visionary women. I'm sorry, March 24th, 2001 by 12 visionary charter members. We service the DeKalb County, Georgia, and Eastern Cobb County, Georgia areas. We saw a need at that time to provide services that was not available in those areas at that time, particularly in DeKalb County at that time. And so we wanted to provide some resources from our sorority, and that's one of the reasons why we chartered at that time. And since then, again, we have expanded over into Eastern Cobb County as well.
Wow. So just from a larger standpoint and a local standpoint, there's a lot of work that you all are doing, and we thank you for that. And speaking of, there's a collaborative service piece that you have coming up during the month of March. Could either of you share a little bit regarding the nonprofit that you are collaborating with? And just, I'll say a little bit about the why behind your lending support for this upcoming event.
Okay, sure. Well, first, as Angela mentioned, March, of course, is our charter month, and we are actually coming up on the 25th anniversary of when our charter was chaptered. When our chapter was chartered, I'm sorry. And so we are actually charter members. The two of us are part of the 12 visionary women who started the chapter. And so part of what we wanted to do was we wanted to have an impactful service project. As part of our 25th anniversary. And so we all got together and said, well, what can we do? And we learned of a wonderful organization named Three Keys that helps people to pretty much reestablish themselves. And so we decided that we wanted to partner with them. And one of the things that we came up with was something called Spruce and Shine, where I'm sorry, the service project itself would help people who are reestablishing themselves into living situations, helping to provide them with cleaning products and things that they would need to basically live on their own and have their own places and clean up their homes, all the things that we all do on a regular basis in our own homes. But this is an opportunity for the residents to kind of get that fresh start and sort of move towards stability. Again, doing the things that we all do on a regular basis that's just kind of like very normal for us to do, but this is something that is a huge step for them in terms of them, reestablishing their stability. And so we thought that this would be an excellent opportunity for us to partner with the Atlanta community.
And I'm glad that you shared that so that way people are aware of not only what the nonprofit does, but giving a little bit about the why. Is there
Mhm.
anything else that you'd like to add about the why behind this particular project as it coincides with the month of March? And as you stated before, helping to a degree, helping celebrate in regards to your chartering and things along those lines.
I think that everything we do, we always want to bring it back to our initial purpose, which is greater service. Well, our organization's motto is greater service, greater progress, but we always want to bring everything back to our purpose as a chapter. And we feel that we can reach the community through service. As a matter of fact, our chapter's motto is Sigma Women Making a Difference Through Service and Action. And we felt that that was one of the best ways that we could be that we could show that was doing something where we're actually working in the community, bringing it back to where we started, when there were just 12 of us and we said we wanted to just really get out into the community and we want to keep doing that. And just also showing that, this is something that's passionate for all of us. Any sort of whether we can work with women and children and other people who are disadvantaged within the community. That's what we always strive to do. And so we felt that, as charter members, this would be a perfect way for us to show um, our care and concern and just to help. If we can help two people, then we've helped a lot. But of course, this would be an opportunity for us to help way more than that. Um, yeah, yeah.
Awesome. Awesome. Well, I tell you what, like you said before, service is pretty much a way of life, not only just through the
Yes.
lens of what you do through the auspices of the sorority, but in general. So having said all that, could either of you share with us how can the general public lend support? And is there a, I'll say, a date when you're actually delivering said products or things along those lines?
Okay.
Yeah,
Angela, do you want me to?
yeah, no. So we do have an Amazon wish list that we can provide on our flyer that we'll provide with you, as well as the link to our Amazon wish list. There's not a lot of products, cleaning products on there that we're asking for people to donate, but they are the essential products. I think, a lot of us, we take cleaning our homes for granted. A lot of times we may not want to do it, but it's something that we know that we need to do to maintain, our home. And along with that, our peace and our sanity. And so we want to help 60 residents at I'm not sure if I can say the name of the location, but we do want to help 60 residents to provide them with basic cleaning items, brooms and toilet bowl cleaners and sponges, those types of things. And so we're asking for anyone who feels it in their heart, as we have a heart for service, anyone who feels it in their heart, just to go to our Amazon wish list, click on the link. You can send anything, as little or as much as you would like, but any donation, whether it is through our Amazon wish list or a financial donation to our chapter, we'd be happy to have. And we thank you in advance. We will have a presentation, and I do apologize at this time, the date escapes my memory, but we will have a presentation to these residents. But again, we are asking to help 60 residents. So on our Amazon wish list, there's not a lot of items, but we're not asking that you get one of each unless you'd like to. But if you just get even one, you will see on the Amazon wish list how many we're asking and how many have been purchased. So that may be helpful in seeing maybe some areas that don't have as many purchased. If anyone wants to make those donations, that would be great. And again, if not, then to make a financial donation to our chapter, which Mr. Snorton, we will provide that link to you as well for your publication.
Well, I'd tell you what, both of you have provided some great information regarding the sorority, regarding the chapter, regarding the work of the charter members, how it coincides with your charter anniversary, and like we've all said, a spirit for service. Before we get ready to close out, if you would, please share what are the best ways for the general public to stay connected with the work of the sorority. And on top of, well, let's just start there. What's the easiest way to stay connected with the chapter, and especially these and other service projects or related programs that you're doing?
Okay, well, I'll chime in there, and I just want to add one thing. We are collecting through March the 7th, and we plan on having our presentation on the 21st of March. So if anyone wants to donate at that time or up until that time, we would definitely welcome any and everything that they would like to donate for us to be able to do that. And some of the ways that you can reach us, obviously, you can reach us through our website, which is www.iotazetassigma.sgr.org. Or you can also follow us on all the socials. And I'm going to give you that just right now because we do have the same, all the socials would be Iota, no, I'm sorry, IZSATLSGR. And you can follow us on Instagram. And then, of course, on Facebook, you can look us up by Sigma Gamma Rho Sorority, Iota Zeta Sigma. And you can follow us there on Facebook.
Okay, well, thank you so much for sharing that info. And our last question as we close out. If people don't remember, and this is for either of you, or both, or a combination, if people don't remember anything about what they've heard about the sorority, about what they've heard about the chapter, about what they've heard about the upcoming service initiative and service project, if there's one takeaway or piece of wisdom, nugget, however you want to call it, that you'd like to leave with people, what would that be?
I think that when we're thinking, and I'm going to speak in terms of this particular initiative, you know, so many of us are facing a lot of challenges right now. When we look at the current climate in our world, in our country especially, and so many people are close to situations such as the very people that we're trying to serve right now. And so sometimes we tend to feel disconnected from things like that because we feel like it's not us. And as Angela pointed out, sometimes we take for granted the things that if I want to clean something, I just reach under my cabinet and pull it out. And things can change for people very quickly. Things can change for people very, very quickly. And so I think sometimes looking at it from that kind of a perspective can help people in terms of thinking of, you know what, let me see what I can do to help. Because, of course, God forbid, but one day that could be any one of us. And just like a lot of other situations out there. And so I think for me, especially, that was one of the things that drew me to this particular project, just knowing that things can change in an instant for so many people. So,
yeah, and I'd like to piggyback off of Keisha with that. I am not a social worker, but I do work for a particular population, and I have noticed a change when they are moving from an unhoused situation into finally getting into their own place, or maybe they're moving from a home that they're sharing with other people. and they can't control everything that's there. But when they are finally able to get into their own home, there's such a sense of pride. Um,
Yes.
there, and I see them. They take a lot of it's a lot. It's a big change, and it's like they're given a second chance of their life or whatever put them in a situation that led to them being unhoused. They now have a second chance. A second chance. They have a whole new outlook. I'm sorry, and perspective on their life. And as Keisha was stating, I don't know, I've heard it before, but I don't know the statistics, but majority of Americans are one paycheck away from being unhoused.
Mhm.
And that may be some of you who are listening to this or publication or reading this publication. We're not too far. And this could definitely be you or a family member or a loved one or a coworker that could be in this situation, especially as we are, living through these times of uncertainty right now. So we do ask that you think about those things because that's what we thought about when this project was brought to us, was presented to us. Um, Again, as Keisha mentioned, it does take us back to one of our hearts, which is giving back to the community. Because God forbid if any one of us uh, find ourselves in that situation, we would really want to have some type of help. Maybe not a handout, but help, some empathy and some encouragement. And so we feel that giving or donating just some a bucket and a mop and a broom to help someone to spruce and shine up their residence will again make a significant impact on the future of their lives. So that's one of the reasons we're doing it. And we're hoping that others will join us again with a donation or a financial donation.
Yes. And
Right. So,
if I may, I'm sorry, I have a correction. Our social is SGRHOATLIZS. I apologize for that.
okay. And thank you for providing that. Well, both of you, thank you for taking time out of your day to day to talk with us, to walk through again points of reference regarding the sorority chapter and not only the service project, but giving us some things to think about. So we definitely appreciate the words of wisdom, insight, and encouragement. As a reminder, you can check out the full article, all those types of things on our website, acenortonccs.com. Click on the menu for articles and coverage, or you can go to the category listing for community and nonprofits, Crave Community Solutions LLC on Facebook and YouTube, Ace Norton CCS on Instagram and Twitter, and we'll also have this available on Linktree and Medium. So until next time, ladies and gentlemen, all of you take very good care. We'll look forward to connecting with you real soon.